Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry you missed me last week. I was in Santorini enjoying some sunshine. I hope you kept up with my stories and that you enjoyed them. And now that I'm back, I'm posting all my pictures, which I also hope you're enjoying. If you haven't seen already, I actually have a new preset pack out which was inspired by my Santorini photo edits, so I will link to that for you up here in the description. But today I want to talk about something which I'm actually having one of those days that I'm just procrastinating on everything, and I wanted to film this at like 10 a.m. this morning and it's currently 7 p.m. and I really should be like getting dinner ready or something, but I decided now's a good time to film it. This is a topic that I had a really strong response to when I put it up in my stories poll, and that is addressing some reasons why your Instagram account might not be growing. And I know how incredibly frustrating this can be when you feel like you're putting all of your effort and energy into creating an account and creating content, and you have specific goals around how you want to grow it and why you want to grow it, and it just feels like no matter what you do, nothing seems to work. So today I just wanted to cover 5 quick topics and reasons that I have learned about and feel that definitely contribute to your account not growing. Number 1 and 2 are the most important, and they really work together. And you've probably heard them before, but I'm going to say them again anyway because I needed to hear them about 25 billion times before they sunk in for me. So, number 1 is you haven't nailed your niche. I fought the niche for a long time. I felt like by being super specific with my content that I was going to box myself in, and I was going to limit myself in the content I could create and the ways I could grow. But I really should have known this coming from a marketing background, because it's the first thing you learn in marketing, and that is you cannot please everyone. And if you try to please everyone, you're actually going to end up pleasing nobody, because you're being too broad with your content and not specific enough. So do yourself a favor, start fighting the niche and just figure out exactly what it is that you can create. And yes, it doesn't mean that that's your only interest in life, it just means that that's the content you're going to create. So even though I still love outfit photos and eating at restaurants and doing activities with friends, that's not what I post on my Instagram, but that's okay. I focus on fairy tale travel, I give it a pink twist, and that's super niche. It's not my whole entire real life, but that's how specific I had to get before my account started growing. Sorry, my hair is really annoying me today. I never wear it straight, and for some reason I decided to do that today. So now all I can look at is how weird it looks. Anyway, number 2 is you're not being social enough. So no matter how niche down you are, no matter how amazing your content is, if you aren't being social, nobody's going to find you, and you shouldn't expect them to either. You've got to think about the fact that there are billions of Instagram accounts out there, and outside of Instagram there are other social media channels, there are websites, there's the entire internet that is fighting for people's attention. So if you don't make yourself known, you're going to stay in your little tiny square over here and no one's going to find you. You need to start the ball rolling. Yes, so many people talk about the algorithm in a negative way, and yes, sometimes it's frustrating, but that's just the way it is, and I'm a firm believer that there's no point in complaining about something you have no control of. Just work with it the best way that you can, and with the algorithm, what you need to do is get on its good side. So you need to be spending in the beginning, and this is going to sound like a lot, and it is, you need to be spending 3 to 4 hours a day reaching out to other accounts. So commenting on their photos, liking their pictures, just get out there, be social. A really good way to find people that may be interested in following your account is to go on to similar pages to yours with a similar niche or a similar style and then click on the list of their followers, and then just go through those lists and click on those accounts and like, comment, be social, be genuine. Do not copy and paste the same comment over and over again. It is so obvious and it doesn't have a good reaction. You just have to spend the time. There's no cheating and there's no shortcuts. It's just how it is. And that's only in the beginning. So I was doing that for probably 3 or 4 months. And since then I've been able to slowly cut down as the algorithm has learnt to like me, and it's learnt to associate me with a certain, I guess, niche and style, and other accounts as well. It's slowly snowballing so that I can take a step back now and focus more on my content creation. But that's what it takes in the beginning, and I know it's overwhelming, but that's just how it is. And if you can be the person who puts that extra effort in, you're going to be the one that stands out compared to those who don't. So 1 and 2 go hand in hand. You need to have your niche figured out, but you also need to be social. You need to be doing both of those things really well. Otherwise, you're going to stay stagnant. So let's move on to number 3. Number 3, if your account is not growing and you feel like you do have a niche and you do get as social as you can, it's probably because your content quality is all over the place. So maybe you got comfortable with the engagement you were getting, and maybe you slacked off a little on your photo quality or your caption quality, and you let it slide a bit and expected things to stay the same, and they're just not going to, because people have very high standards about the content that they want to see and want to read. And there's so many amazing accounts out there that if you don't keep up, they're going to unfollow you, or they're not going to follow you in the first place. So you really need to make sure that you stay on the ball with your content quality, which includes your photos and your caption and your stories. You just need to keep the quality up there. There is a really annoying bug in here at the moment. Number 4 is that you might be being too salesy. So regardless of whether you're a brand or a service or a blogger, you've usually got something to sell. That's the reason you have an Instagram account. So bloggers work with other brands to help them promote their products. Some bloggers even have their own products, like I do. I have my presets, and I have my one-on-one Instagram coaching, and I have my custom-made presets, and those are all things that I advertise through my Instagram. But the golden rule is your promotional posts should not be more than 20% of your content. So only 1 in every 5 photos should be promoting something that you are selling. You need to be able to offer people value in other ways, because they're not just going to follow you if you're constantly trying to sell something to them. I think this is something as a blogger you also need to be really careful about, is working with brands that align with your personal brand. Don't just do it because they're going to pay you, because you're going to lose trustworthiness and authenticity, and people aren't going to believe anything you say. And when you lose that trust, you're going to lose any potential future brands you might be able to work with, because they won't want to work with you either if you don't have that connection with your followers. And number 5, and actually something I feel like it's happening to me right now, is when you get to a point where you're just growing organically and you can really take a step back and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden things just come to a halt. You're still getting new followers, but your number is not going up, because you're also losing followers at the same time. And if you haven't done any of the things I've previously talked about to make that happen, there are a few other reasons why that might be. Number 1 is Instagram periodically does Insta purges, as they're called, and they go through all of the accounts on Instagram and they delete any inactive accounts that may potentially be robots or bought followers. So if an account is inactive for, I think, more than 6 months, it looks sus. So Now, I've never bought followers and I've never done anything like that, but what can happen, I guess, is when your account gets more exposure, you might attract those kinds of botty accounts that follow, unfollow, whatever, and all of a sudden they will all be purged out and it'll look like you're losing followers. But actually you're not. You're actually just losing numbers that were just bringing your engagement down anyway. So it's actually a good thing. It's kind of like a bit of a detox if you think about it that way. Another reason maybe because if you had a post that went particularly well, went viral and attracted a lot of followers. So I had one recently that attracted 600 to 700 followers just from one post. I imagine a lot of those may have been follow-unfollow people, so that's maybe where some of my numbers are dropping as well. And also, if you've just finished doing a competition or a giveaway, you will definitely notice a drop in your followers. That's just the way they work. It generally lasts for 1 to 2 weeks. And it's just, yeah, people going back through competitions they entered and unfollowing any accounts that they didn't really want to follow in the first place. So again, you're not really losing an engaged follower anyway, so don't stress about it, and just remember everything happens in ebbs and flows, even when things start to snowball and go well. So yes, I hope that was helpful. I have to go cook some dinner because it is getting late and I've procrastinated on this long enough. Sorry if the lighting is so terrible at the moment because it's actually getting dark in here. Yes, I hope that was helpful. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Give me a like on this video so I can create more for you. And I will also link to my one-on-one Instagram coaching up in the description here. If you have any specific things you really want some help with, I am available to do that for you. And yeah, until next week, I will talk to you then. Bye guys.